Oh, hello. Good morning. I'm going to say afternoon. It's actually morning. Yeah, nothing really particularly brilliant planned today. Just going to fly around a little bit, really. Babble away about some stuff. Maybe going to fly some landmarks, describe them, etc. Just the usual. Checklist. Right. What are you looking for? There's a shitload of it downstairs. The spray stuff on the shoe stand at the back. Time you going out? Okay, well, have a nice time. Just let me know when you're going. Yeah, as usual, like an idiot, I've been muted the entire time. So yeah, just working through the checklist. So one of the kids came in and I muted and I forgot that I'd muted. I'm old, I'm stupid, but hey ho. So yeah, basically everything checked, batteries on, alternators, that we just checked the gyro, but that goes into the green, which instrument air does go into the green, so that is good. Just about to fire up the engine, so we need the prop Mixture full, prop, RPM full, throttle fully open. We're going to go high pump for, it says 3 to 5, but I always do it for about 10. And just check that you are getting greater than 3 gallons per hour flow, which we are on the middle one of those round dials. See, the fuel flow has gone up to about 7, which is good. That will do for that. Bring the throttle back to about a half-inch open, and then let's turn whatever that's called. And we've been a little bit stubborn today. We have a gyro warning up there. I can't remember what that is, to be fair. Let's give it a little bit more throttle and just try that again. Nope, we're in a stubborn mood. Okay, let's give it another. Not forgot anything ever. Let me just double check that is up. It is. Sometimes you just gotta give them a quick bit of movement. That is good. Give it another few seconds on the fuel pump. And there we go. She's cooperated this time. But let me just put the reverse thruster up on the throttle, and we'll leave it at about 1000 RPM just so we generate enough of everything. Right. After start checklist, where we've got. Where are we? Throttle is 1,200, yes. Oil pressure is in the green, it is. Yes, that's good. Volts, we're all good. Engine instruments check. Landing lights as required, we don't need that yet. Weather radar, we can change you to standby for now. Avionics can come on. Cabin and air and stuff, air conditioning stuff as desired, that's good. Mixture lean for taxi, I don't really know what the correct lean for taxi is, but we'll just bring it back to half. And then parking brake release, check the brakes. Brakes work, parking brake set, job done. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the little nav map and we will discuss where we are going today. Roughly, we're not, as I say, we're not doing a proper flight. We're just roughly going to be going some different places. So we're going to start off from Sherburn, as always. Sherburn in Elmet, as always. Looking like it's going to be runway 28, probably, so that's good. So we'll probably take off and we'll probably fly down to Nottingham. We want to avoid the controlled airspace here. There's nobody on, unfortunately, but we still want to avoid it so we don't break any, get into any trouble. So we're going to probably come down over the Kippax, Gap of Kippax, and come down towards Castleford and then Pontefract. Over Nottingham way, then we'll probably follow the motorway a little bit, just stay north of the motorway to avoid a little bit of controlled airspace there. Then we're probably going to come down Casdu, we're probably going to come over the estuary, past the Humber Bridge possibly, down past Sherburn Point maybe, and then we may go up and visit some of the wonderful seaside towns on the east coast, see how good they're being recreated. And then we'll probably come back, maybe via the A64, the famous A64, or we may go up a little bit further up to Scarborough, Whitby, and come back over the North Yorkshire moors. Yeah, so something like a big circle, really. Or we may just stick to the sort of lower part. We'll see how it goes. I've got about an hour and a half. To fly. We are having a VFR event on the IVAO network today, tonight, where I think there's a group of us I'm going to be flying from Leeds East, which is just north of Sherburn, where I am now, so it's just here. The old Church Fenton Air Force Base, but it's called Leeds East. So they're going to be flying from Leeds East down to East Midlands, I believe. So that should be a lot of fun. If you want to take part in that, you're more than welcome to do so if you're an IVAO member. And let me find out what time it starts actually for you. That might be of use, might it? That might be a good thing. So starts at 1700 Zulu, which if you're in the UK, that's 6 o'clock local. So Zulu is 1 hour behind us in the UK at the moment. So when it's 6 o'clock local time, that will be 1700 Zulu, and that's when we are departing. So I recommend you come on a little bit before that, get yourself set up, and we should have some ATC online. And yeah, it'll be a good fun evening. So yeah, right. Let's do the usual nobody look. I'm just gonna go. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw a thing. Don't pretend you did, because nobody will believe you. Nobody will believe anything. So don't even go there. Let's do the VFR squawk 7000. Right. Let's crack on with this. So run up. I don't really do, because I don't understand it. I've explained all this. The only thing we need to do with the whole run-up thing, really, is set the flaps and the trim. And yeah, we probably will at some point get a little bit better at doing all that. I need to watch. No, wrong button. I need to watch a video on somebody doing it, so I can then hopefully understand the bits that I don't understand, if that makes sense. Because I don't. Some of it. Let's add a little bit of heat, because it looks like the cabin is too cold for the people. It's nice for me, to be fair. 9 degrees is glorious. Right, so we'll set the flaps to 1. We will pop on a little bit of trim. No, maybe there. We'll see if that's enough trim. Oop, stopped. A bit of power. 92. Why is it? It can't possibly be 90. Oh, that's Fahrenheit. 34. That's too hot. Okay, we need to like turn the heat off. Don't want any heat if it's 34. That's like, ugh. Hate warm weather. I don't know about any of you, but I hate being warm. Absolutely hate it with a passion. Summer is like my nemesis. Oh, I have a lot of nemesis, by the way. Summer is one of them. Absolutely hate being warm. Much easier to be cold and then get warm if you're cold. And yeah, hate it. Right, so before takeoff, middle of a yawn, I do apologise. So before takeoff, we need to set the mixture to maximum, which we've just done with the lever on the quadrant. We need to check the oil temperature is 24 degrees minimum. Right, so where's that going to be, do you reckon? No. Well, oil temperature's there, isn't it? So yeah, it's like 41 or something, so that should be fine. This taxiway is so narrow. Let's see if we can like properly spin the nose around and get the nose into the wind like they do when they're all being all professional. Right, that'll have to do. Parking brake set. Right. Ox fuel pump off. Fuel pump is off. Air conditioning is off. Landing lights need to go on. Transponder can go into alt. And weather radar can be turned on. Glorious day today, so we shouldn't need that. After takeoff, throttles fully open, brakes released, engine instruments checked, landing gear up, no remaining runway, flaps set to 80 knots, autopilot engaged. Right, let's get going. Let me get rid of that so I can see this. Look at a taxi that with the wrong screen. Hey ho, never mind. You've seen me taxi before, so not an issue. Right, I'll get better at all this. Right, we'll get on the runway and we will take off, and then we'll have a look to see what we're going to do and where we're going to go and everything else. Right, here we go. F. Everything is full. Okay, flaps up. Positive climb, and I assume we are probably past the end of the runway, so gear can come up. We want to be looking for the train line, there you go, and then there's a road which is below us. Then we want to start a turn just to come in between these two villages. There's Sherburn. There's Sherburn over that side, there's South Milford over that side. And then we're going to basically, we'll lead the pattern on the crosswind. We want to be turning here to go in between the village here and the old stately home, which we have more or less done. Climb rate is ridiculous, but I'm really trying to read my phone. And we're done, we're out. That's us out of... Ooh, that wind is choppy, isn't it? Right, let's set the heading bug up. And then we'll just settle into a nice... just settle in, to be honest. We'll have a look around. Just need to come down a little bit. Where's that heading bug gone? Is it underneath that? Yeah, it is. Wind's choppy. Right, we can just put the autopilot on. We can do that. We can do that. We can change that so we go down a little bit. We want to be going up to 1,500. Put the heading on. Turn the flight director on. Click that again. So it actually does what it's supposed to be doing. And we'll just stay at 2,000 actually. Oops. We'll stay at 2,000. Turn that off and on again, and we'll change that up. Right, let's have a look to see what's going on outside and where we actually are. So we're approaching... what are we approaching? Let's have a look. That looks like Nottingham. That looks like Nottingham. So we're... It's that road there. Bend that goes over the river there. Yeah, so yeah. Right, we don't want to go too much further south than Nottingham because we don't want to encroach on the airspace, which we shouldn't be in. So let's make a 180 degree. Let's go. Let's just go due west. We'll have a look at what's around. So I'm guessing that's going to be the A1 below us. So we're coming around to Pontefract, and yes, there's the town centre just where the mouse is, top of the screen sort of thing. And not really much to see. There's a big race course at Pontefract, which we'll overfly in a minute. That's just on the edge of the airspace. If you sort of just hug the race course, and then you know you're outside the airspace. Big, so that's the race course just there. Look. Let's just go, not quite north, but about 350 or something. That should be okay. So yeah, that's the race course. Oh, where's the race course gone? Oh, there it is, underneath. Yeah, you can't. Once we roll, like, you'll be able to see it. M62 in front of us, Castleford Junction, whatever it's called, 41, 42, Escape. It's there. There's an outlet there. That's the race course underneath us right now. Ferry Bridge Power Station over in the distance there. And let's go to this side. Yeah, she's Castleford. And that's about it, really. There's not really much else to really say. We just very slightly infringed on the airspace, and I mean very slightly. I'll show you what I mean. So we just were a little bit naughty there and just snuck in. So we would have got a telling off for that being somebody on, but we're all good. So yeah, so where are we now? Allen Bywater. He's there. Kipax is up here. And we got Garforth up here. Swarcliffe is up on the nose. And yeah, so we'll go till we find the A64, I think. And I know I said we're going to go over to Hull. We can always come back that way. I think if we fly up here, find the A64, that takes you all the way to Scarborough. It's a horrible stretch of road, but it takes you all the way from Leeds, all the way up to Scarborough, via York, well, the outskirts of York, and then you can carry on if you want all the way up the A64, all the way up past. I'm trying to think of some the big town names, but they're just blanking from there. Because I don't Malton. That's it, Malton, and there's Pickering. You don't go through Pickering, but you can go Pickering. That's where the North Yorkshire Moors Railway is. Which actually, you should actually go up there and look at the train stations. See if the train stations modelled properly at all. Right, where are we now? Let's have a look. We are. So that's Leeds City Centre over there. So the A1M1 should be somewhere close. Probably behind us, to be fair. Yeah, there it is, just behind us. Just see it down in the window. So we should be getting close to the A64. I reckon that's it just there. That looks about in the right place. Let's make a turn. That's 080. I'm on autopilot so I can look out the window and talk to you lot. Yeah, so there's the A64. That looks like the A64 to me. So we'll follow that, and it should bring us up to the A1, which is going to be that little bit. Just see the yellow field just there. Yeah. I could talk about the flying more. People want to know more about the flying. I mean, a stream, because hopefully somebody will comment in the chat thing, and we can have a discussion, and we can talk about things. Yeah, that's why I send it to stream stuff, to try and get a little bit of interaction while I'm flying. I do enjoy flying, don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy flying around, looking at things, talking not as much to myself, but still talking a little bit to myself because I'm slightly nuts. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, if you want to know anything about the aircraft or flying or anything like that, navigating, you're more than welcome to ask. I think of this as like I don't know, like a tutorial stream without any tutorials. Without any tutorials in it. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah. My point is, if you want to get involved, get involved. If you don't want to sit there and just watch and listen to me babble away about nonsensical things, then you're more than welcome to do that. But you want to get involved, and we can have some discussions and yeah, all sorts of stuff. So we're overflying Tadcaster, which is where they brew beer. I think I want to say John Smith's, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I want to say John Smith's. But your little quaint village, really. I mean, a little bit larger with industry and stuff. I think those industrial units over there are the brewery. To be fair, I think that's what they are. And then the A64's underneath, just down the side here, look. And then it runs up to... Yeah, York is the next big thing. We've got Rutford, Rutforth, Airfield somewhere on our 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna go straight on, and we're gonna go past York, keeping York on our left. Yeah, nice little flight today. This is what I find fun. It's weird, I know, but I genuinely did. It's like I'm from around this general area. I won't say exactly where, but I'm from around this general area. So I know a lot of these places. I've been to all of these places, but I've never seen them from above. And I think seeing things from... Look, there's Rutford over there. Or Rutforth. Yeah, Rutforth, sorry. I've never seen them from above, so you're seeing things from a whole different perspective, aren't you? And I think it's wonderful that you can do that, and it looks exactly like it looks, you know what I mean? Like, I've been to that roundabout, I mean, I've been straight on, I know where these roads go, and yeah, marvellous to see it from this angle. Because you don't get to see things from this angle unless you obviously are piloting real life, do you? Well, there's York Racecourse. I'll zoom in for you. There's York's, the famous York Racecourse down there. Ooh, wind down there. And then just some other various things. There's a lot of history in York, actually. A lot of history. If you've not been, I recommend you go. There's a railway museum which is free. You have to pay to park, but other than that, it's totally free, I believe. You've got like little kids that like trains and things, or even if you like trains yourself, I like trains. Even if you like trains yourself, go and have a look. I think they've got the Mallard there. I think they've got a replica maybe of Stephenson's rocket, and they've got a couple of the what's the ones with the what's the big ones called? Not the A4 Greeters, I think they're the Mallard, aren't they? It's the other one. But they've got a massive variety of steam trains, to be fair, and rolling stock and everything else. So yeah, go and have a look. It's free. It's really, really good. They have some other stuff as well. They've got Viking museums and yeah, all sorts of stuff. But if you've not been, I recommend you go and have a look. What's that place underneath us? That looks quite cool. Oh, it's York University there. Not just underneath us there is York University. Looking good. Right, here we're going to branch off, because now that's the A64, that goes off to York. I always turn off here and I go to Stamford Bridge. That building there is actually a farming museum, I believe. So again, you can go have a look at that. And yeah, so we're going to follow this road here with the truck on it. So we're following this road here underneath the wing. This is going to take us to a place called Stamford Bridge, which, yeah, it has a bridge. So we're gonna try and fly the way I go when I go to the coast. So we're going to get to Stamford Bridge, then we're going to go up, then we're going to go up to Friday Thorpe. I love the names, Friday Thorpe. Up Garraby Hill, which is a massive hill. I think it's called Garraby Hill. And yeah, we're going to go up there. And you can kind of see the topography of the land. Look, there's a bit of a step up. That's where Garraby Hill is, somewhere over there. up through Friday 4, we're going to break off to the left, follow the scenic route, go through Sledmere and other places, and then we're going to turn left before we get to the crematorium. And we're going to go up through Wold Newton, Foxholes, Wold Newton, and then Hundenby. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Right, where are we now? Let's have a look. Because we're sort of we're talking. I've not been paying much attention. So we have passed Stamford Bridge. Which let me go to the outside view. I know I don't do the outside view much, but so there's Stamford Bridge. There's the road that comes in. You can see the road by the tail. Across the bridge, and you come out on this road here. The national speed limit is 60-mile-an-hour road. You can see the road and where it goes. So we're gonna turn. We're gonna follow that. Yeah, I don't really like the external view very much, to be honest, but I guess some people like it. It does give you a bit more of a perspective sometimes, which is good. Oh, it's very warm here today as well. It's like 27 degrees. It's not terribly warm, but it's warm enough. So the road should be on this side now. Yeah, so the road's there, look. Just adding a couple of waypoints into little nav maps so I can get the terrain safe altitude powers. I think we are okay. We need to go up to 2,000 really, I think, now, because the terrain... Oh, no, we're out at 2,000, that's good. Very windy, look, very windy. So the road's here, and we come through Bugthorpe, and now we're just going... That's just Caribou Hill where these trees are here, and then the road comes up, and where's the road? There's the road. Pops out, and then yeah, it makes a right turn somewhere up here, and then we need to turn off. That's could have probably be Friday 4 right in front of us, somewhere here, and then we just need to go left basically. A little bit of left now. Why not? I've been thinking of loads because I know probably me flying around babbling about roads, which way to go to get to place, probably doesn't interest that many people, but it interests me. It's one of those things where, as I always say, I don't do this for viewer numbers. I don't want to become internet famous. Think of anything bloody worse. Correct. Imagine having to play the same game every single day, and if you didn't play the same game every single day, people moaned at you. Well, I want to watch you play this, I want to watch you play that. It's like, oh my Jesus, I could not be bothered with that. Really. So there you go. So right underneath the plane now is a little cafe there, motorbike cafe. Lots of motorbike people go to, and then we branch off down this road. That road there goes to Driffield. If I zoom out, get it in the middle. So the road on the right goes to Driffield. The road on the left goes through Finbar, and it goes up through a place called Sledmere, which they have a big, so we need to actually make a turn. Just they go through a big place called Sledmere with these stately homes. So we need to do quite a sharp turn actually to get to Sledmere, so it's more like that. So that's well, that ain't it actually, I don't think. No, we're actually in the wrong position. It's coming up on the right. It should be. Yeah, so like I say, I know me babbling away and flying around and looking out the window a lot isn't really probably what everybody wants, but it's what I want, and I'm the one doing it, so it's, yeah, you don't like it, don't watch. It's one of those situations, isn't it? Like, I just want to fly around and look at things, and as I've said many times, things in Flight Simmer. Oh, that's Sledmere there, look. That's Sledmere. So that's the stately home there and things, and the gardens and stuff to walk around. Yeah, very, very pretty. And then we go up that road just there, look. So we go up that road, so you come through Sledmere, and then you turn. So that's Sledmere House there, you come down the road, then you turn off there. It's all signposted. And then where we're going now, there should be two little airstrips actually, two little farm strips. So you can see the sea already, look, which is really cool. So we're heading, and this heading, we're heading between Filey and Scarborough. I love Filey, and I love Scarborough. I used to holiday all the time with my grandparents at a place called Skipsey, which is just between Hornsey and Bridlington if you look on the map. But just below Bridlington and Hornsey. Very nice. So I'm sort of taking a little bit of a shortcut here. So the road that we were driving, this would be this road here. And you come to a roundabout. There's a small airstrip by the roundabout. And then you turn off and you come down. It dips. There's a big hill. You can sort of see it dipping a little bit in the sim. And it comes down, and then that road by the yellow field, that's the road that we're gonna follow. And imagine like going on day trips in a plane. Imagine how cool that would be if you're like, oh, let's go for a beach day. Let's go by plane. You didn't have to drive, or I wonder if people actually do that. You won't be able to get much in a plane because, like, we take, like Christ, we take so much stuff to the beach. So we take, what do we take? We take the beach trolley. We have one of those weird trolleys you see people pulling. Yes, I know, but we have one. Get over it. We have. There should be another small airstrip somewhere off the wing. Just behind the window there, look, that's it, just that little tiny little bit in the back window. So yes, we take the beach trolley, and in the beach trolley we normally take a couple of normal sort of chairs, garden chairs, fold up, obviously, but we take them, and then we take the beach tent, which is a big 4-berth dome tent thing that we get changed in and stuff. You can like get out of your clothes and put your swimming shorts on or your bikinis on, or then when you get out you can get dry in it and stuff, and a bit of privacy, you know what I mean, no one can see you sort of thing. So you can get changed and get dried and what have you. And then we keep everything in it when we go in the sea, so we just shut the door. So one of them weird things at the beach, it is you just like you leave everything in your shoes, and you go in the sea, and like I don't just like walk past really and just nick stuff, but I guess some people do. But we've never experienced any of that, and I always keep an eye on the tent. To be fair, we did have like a little padlock for the thing, but then it's just messing about in it. And yeah, it's a home Monday of the lowers. Just here. So this is Filey. That's Filey Brig. So you can go out there, you can get lovely rock pools and things, and it's like Filey. If you can hear some weird digging outside, I apologise. Let me go see what that is. Sorry, I'm back here with the council trying to fill a pothole, which I don't know why they continuously waste, but that's a chat for another day, though. Let's turn around and go back and see Filey, because I love Filey. Filey is where we go on beach days. It's a lovely beach, absolutely magnificent beach. There's not much there, but it's like I always say, if you're going to go for a beach day, which when I say beach day, I'm on about a day sat on the beach. We spent well, not all day, but probably about 6-7 hours or so just sat on the beach. So we get there, we find a good spot. I'm not really sure what warrants a good spot, but we find one. And then we set up the tent, and all the windbreakers go up and everything. And we spend the day sat on the beach. We go in the sea. We've got bodyboards that we float around. I've got a big extra one for fat people. Like a XXL one. the little ones I don't float on. So there's Filey Brig. You can walk on the cliffs, or you can walk on the level with the sea. Obviously, check the tide times and make sure you're safe and everything now. But you can actually walk right out to the tip. There's loads of rock pools. Yeah, like I say, rock pools and all sorts of stuff. These are all cliffs. Well, obviously they're all cliffs to look like cliffs. And we're heading sort of north. This is going to be Scarborough coming up. We swing out a little bit more over the sea so we can maybe get a better angle looking at Scarborough. What's in between? Caton Bay is in between, so that's going to be Cape Bay there. Some steps down the beach. Yeah, Filey is spectacular. We'll go up to Scarborough, we'll spin around, go back down Filey, have another look. We'll go down Bridlington, possibly go past Skipsea and maybe Hornsey. And then we'll probably start heading back, to be fair. But yeah, but imagine going on a beach day in a plane. You'd have to, because like I say, we have 4 bodyboards, which are quite big, to be fair. They're a good size. And then we've got, like I say, the 2 windbreakers, the beach tent. We've got my chair, because I take a proper chair to sit, because I can't sit on the floor. And yeah, quite a lot. I'm not sure about even fitting a plane. I don't know how much planes carry, to be fair. I have no idea. I don't fly in real life, so. Okay, Scarborough up ahead. We've got Grand Hotel, which is somewhat modelled. Yeah, that's modelled. That looks quite good, actually. The Grand Hotel. There was a big bridge there. That's modelled. There's a little bridge there. It's not in there. There is the harbour. Here is Scarborough Castle, semi-model, but I do have the Orbex Northern and the British and the Northern Pact, and maybe that's due with that. Yeah, Scarborough looks pretty cool. Don't really know much about the north side of Scarborough because I don't really go. Let's spin. We won't spin over the town. We'll make a bit of a dog leg. We'll go this way as if we're going to go towards it. Actually, we should be okay, just keep turning. I don't think we're going to be over the houses too much. We should be over the sea still, I think, looking at it. So we'll go all the way around to south-eastish, which is about there. But yeah, no, there's loads of stuff at Scarborough to do. All arcades on the front, there's a little fun fair for the kiddies and stuff. It's a castle if you want to go and see some history. And also the thing that people forget, I think, is there's also a massive town centre with all the standard town centre stuff. Yeah, not overly well modelled, is it? But it's got some of the key features like the castle and the amusements. There's the train station, so you can get a train. There's one of the bridges, another bridge there. That's the Grand Hotel, the famous Grand Hotel. Yeah, let's have a look on the outside, because I know people like that. So you see the harbour. We've done a boat. We've done a couple of boat tours out of Scarborough. Yeah, they're alright. I mean, they are what they are. They are what they are. Little tours. So we're heading back to Filey Brig. As you can see, we'll swing round Filey Bay. As I say, beautiful stretch of beach. If you go on holiday in the caravan, you can go to Primrose Valley, you can go to Wheaton Sands. They're all haven caravan sites. They all have access to the beach. And yeah, beach day at Filey is really good because it's got toilets if you need a toilet for obvious reasons. And yeah, another good one is a place called Humby Gap. A lot of people know about it. It's quite secluded. It's a little bit of a car. There's nothing there. It's literally a car park, which is a field. You pay a park obviously, which is fair enough. But there is a little cafe there, I think. There's a toilet block. So yeah, spot on. Beach days, absolutely love a beach day. I didn't used to go in the sea. I used to be a little bit too scared of going in because I'm not the best swimmer, to be honest. Well, when I was a kid, but long story. But now I just jump in and I get it over and done with. I think the whole trying to lower yourself in slowly is a waste of time. Just jump in, get it over and done with, job done. You know what I mean? Trying to lower yourself in and then like, just flop in the water, get it all over yourself, get cold, and then you're sorted. Right, let's make a little bit of a turn due south so we can try and see some of this Filey stuff. So the tide's in, sadly, but where this little road, that's all the seafront. It's not modelled at all. That's disappointing. There's a big seafront. There's a big wall. So there's a big wall, and I'm going to find a picture actually and show you a picture. Hang on. I want to show you a proper picture of it. Right, so here we go. I've just got some pictures of Filey Lock. So here's a picture of Filey. So there's big wall that I'm talking about. How's a beach, stunning beach. But we're flying from the top of the picture to the bottom of the picture. So we're flying that way. And so we're going the direction of this photo. Oh yeah, there you go. You see Filey. Lucky people. A lot of people were like, ooh, Saltburn's much better. We actually tried Saltburn, didn't we? A little bit. Wasn't very impressed, to be honest, with Saltburn by the sea. I don't know why you have to call it by the sea when it's quite obvious it's by the sea. Anyway, let's get a little bit of distance from this coastline because we can't really see anything if we're so close, can we? Yeah, the next one up is going to be Wheaton Sands, then we're going to have Steepton Sand, and we're going to have, what the hell is it called? Bempton? Yeah, Bempton Cliffs. Massive seabirds. If you like seabirds and things, Bempton Cliffs, RSP, BBC, whatever the heck it's called. Have a thing up there, go visit them, donate, all that sort of stuff. If you like the seabirds. If you time it right with the puffins are there, it's supposed to be quite nice, to be fair. If you Google when the puffins go to Bempton, and yeah, it's nice. Thornwick and Flamborough, yeah, Thornwick Bay is like, I don't know, it's one of the, I never knew it was there, to be honest. Me and my son found it about, what, 8 years ago. We were just stumbling around and we just found it. And it was really nightmare to get to, but very, very pretty. Very pretty. It's probably going to be that cove there, I think. Need to be a little bit nearer, but not nearer, if you know what I mean. Yeah, one of that's going to be the North Landings of Flamborough, and that's going to be Thornwick Bay, I reckon. Let's go back that way. Too far, but yeah. Yeah, he was very nice. Yeah, that's the North Landings, I think, and then that's going to be Thornwick Bay. Nightmare, or one of the way round anyway. The big question is, where is the lighthouse there? Because Flamborough is famous for having a lighthouse, and I do not see a lighthouse. How can Orbex claim they've enhanced the region to not put the lighthouse in? I mean, shame on you. I may have to contact them and say, where's the lighthouse at Flamborough? There's actually two. There's an old one, so where are we? Let me get my bearings. So yes, there was an old one somewhere here. And then there's a new one. It's not right on the tip. It's possibly there, to be fair. I need to work out how to get better camera angles. Yeah, so it's not right on the tip. It's more like somewhere where that big building is, I think, to be fair. Somewhere there. Yeah, we're going miles away from anything, aren't we? While I'm rabbit on about a lighthouse. Okay, let's turn in. Wonderful day though, really nice day. For flying in the flight simulator, because I don't ever set clear weather or anything. I always use realistic weather. I will turn it off if I'm flying for a training session, and I'm flying VFR. Like the other day, there was a training session in Edinburgh, and it was very bad weather, and I know the VFR pilots had it set to clear weather, which is fair enough. At the end of the day, it's a simulator, and if you want to have clear weather, not everyone, especially in winter, you know, you can't not fly. You can't come home from a hard day of work and go, I want to do a flight, and then go, oh, it's a bit cloudy, I won't bother. You know, I mean, it's a simulator. Set it to daylight. It's dark at like 4 in the afternoon in winter. You can't not fly. If you like flying VFR like me, you can't not fly just because it's the wrong time of year. It's a sim. Set it to daylight, set it to clearer weather or some weather. You want to make it interesting, but then just put a comment in your flight plan. You know what I mean? Daylight settings, clear weather, or whatever. Just so there is a controller pop on, they know what the situation is. But yeah, nice, quiet time of day. There's not much happening, so I wouldn't expect there to be much ATC on a morning. There's people who are at work and school, and only people like me that have the time, luckily, to do this sort of stuff. So we are coming up on Bridlington, which is the place just sort of there. So before we get there, we have a big stately home at Sewerby. Where's Sewerby Hall? Is it even modelled? I'm not seeing it. Oh, there, I'm blind as a bat. There it is. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, it doesn't look. No, that isn't it. Right, that ain't it, because that's just not it. It's there. That's it there in the trees. You see it in the trees right there? That's it there. You come down here, there's a miniature Bonanza or something miniature place there, and you can park. You go down there, you park over there, and yeah, that's it in those trees. Very hard to spot that. So you don't see much from the, yeah. And that thing over there could be a runway, couldn't it? If you wait till the camera just moves around. Look at that thing there. It's the most squariest thing I've ever seen. But no, Bridlington Bitlow, we'll go to the external to make it a bit easier. So we have flown past. There's the harbour. Caught my first fish off that harbour with my granddad. And yeah, harbour there, Bridlington front. Usual seaside town, really. You know, rings like arcades, amusements, beach, rides, candy floss, fish and chips, seagulls. I don't know what people expect when they make these stupid posts on social media. They're like, I said this the other day, like, oh, I visited this seaside town and it was run down. Well, take things as they are, you know what I mean? Don't just take things for what they are. Why bother? Right, we're coming up on Skipsea actually. So we've got Old Rome, Barmston, Old Rome, and then Skipsea. So this is going to be Barmston here. And then we have Hull Rome, then we've got Skipsea. Now, I like to say, I used to go to Skipsea with my grandparents. Very, very fond memories, but the road is actually not a road anymore, it's now in the sea. So if I can demonstrate really quick, so this is Old Rome coming up here. So there's a road that you're going to see coming down towards the beach. Any second now you're going to probably see it. It's a little bit further down there. Maybe you can see a road. Now that road used to go along the coast. So is that it? Yeah, that might. No, that isn't it. Right, here we go. So yeah, as you can see, the road now comes down and it just stops. It used to go all the way across the coast, basically. Let me get back outside. So yeah, that is Skipsea Sands there. So this road here that you can see stops there. It used to carry on all the way to there where the tail is, and it used to have like 300-400 feet of terrain. There used to be like 300 or 400 feet of land between the road and the cliffs when I were younger. So when I were younger, there was a caravan site, a small caravan site on the seaside side of the road, the side with the sea. There was a small caravan site, and that was probably, like I say, 400-500 yards deep. And then over the years, the seas just eroded the cliffs basically, and the road is in the sea now, which is quite sad, really. Skipsea Sands. Let me see if I can find a picture, maybe. Yes, so that's what happened to the road. The road just, didn't just fall in the sea like bang, but over time it fell into the sea. Okay, next we've gone past Skirlington. There's a big massive Skirlington in the window. There's a big massive market there every Wednesday. It used to be every Wednesday. There's Hornsey. There's Hornsey Mere. You can hire a rowing boat and go on a rowing boat and stuff and row your way around it. It's only about a foot deep, so you ain't gonna ever drown in it. You go with a life vest, which is fair enough. Health and safety, you know that. And yeah, this is Hornsey. We did a couple of beach days at Hornsey, but the beach isn't that nice. It's a bit pebbly. Really. And yeah, but the good thing about Hornsey was the car park was basically on the beach nearly. You had the car park, you had a small road size path running down the beach, then you had the beach wall, and then you had the beach. So really, really handy. Right, we're going to head. So I don't even know how long I've been babbling away at you for. Let me have a... It tells me somewhere, I think, on OBS, doesn't it? I've been recording for 1 hour and 5 minutes, you lucky people. Listening to me go on for 1 hour and 5 minutes. But we are going to start heading back now. So we'll carry on this. This heading, I think, should take us... yeah, Sperm Point. There's the Humber. I think a little bit more to the right, and then I think that should take us towards the bridges, the Humber Bridge. And then from the Humber Bridge, we will pick up the M62. We'll use that, then we'll use the power stations. That's the easiest reference point. Really, is the massive power stations, and we'll use the power stations to find us way back to Sherburn. So any of you that watched any of my previous streams would have seen me do this before. So the first power station we're going to find is Drax. That's the biggest of the three. Then Eggborough, and then finally Nottingham, which isn't actually there anymore in real life, but we can't do anything about that, can we? To be fair, it's nice to see it in the sim. I know in real life it's gone, but it's one of those things where when I was a kid and we used to go to seaside and stuff, you'd recognise things like Ferrybridge Power Station. You'd be like, oh, we're nearly home, you know what I mean, and things like that. And yeah, it's one of those weird nostalgia things, isn't it? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it, really? So this is going to be Hull coming up. Now, we don't want to fly over the town. Just go a little bit, go sort of this way. Try and stay over the countryside as much as we can. You can already see the Humber Bridge with the propellers. I did it in another stream. I flew. Did I fly down the Humber in a stream? Oh, no, I didn't. I did it. No, I did it offline with a friend, I think. Yeah, there's the Humber. Nice little country park actually near the Humber Bridge. If you Google it, so it's on the north side, on the Hull side. You go towards the Humber Bridge, but then you can turn off. There was a big car park. It was like a nature reserve type of thing. Have a little walk around. Really, really nice, to be honest. Really enjoyed that. We did it on his way. Because when we go on a holiday, we go in caravans. I love caravans, as I said. We try and do something little on the way there just to break up the day, because you can't get into it normally like 2 o'clock. And then so by the time you set off, you don't want to be sat about until like 1 o'clock. You're going to get going, don't you? So we tend to get ready and set off about 10:30. Then we normally try and find somewhere to go for a walk or stay home or some little thing. We normally try and find something little to do on the way down. The same on the way back if we feel up to it. So yeah, there's the docks. There's Hull. There is the Humber Bridge coming up on it. There's some random housing estates. Nice to see them from above, actually, because I play City Skylines. I know it's totally random, but I play another game called City Skylines now and again. It's nice to see how housing estates are made. Like I say, when you're underground, you don't get that, do you? Really? Right, let's go a little bit more to the left. And then let's keep an eye out for Drax Power Station next. Because we're basically on the right sort of a line, more or less. Let's go a little bit more. We don't want to be going due. If we go due west, we'll end up north of Sherburn. We need to come a little bit sort of southwest and then go west a little bit. Not yet. Once we find the motorway, really. we need to swing, but not follow it all the way to the controlled airspace. Would have thought we'd able to see Drax by now, but never mind. Let's have a little look at Hull. We should be a bit more level with the Humber. We are, look, there we go. Now this side is just beautiful British countryside, look at that. So pretty to look at, innit? Right, can we see the Drax yet? Are we having any luck? No, but we are going the right general direction. So, like I said, I know we are, so I'm not overly bothered. Here's the Humber Estuary, so the M62 is somewhere down there. It's quite hard to see stuff, really, when you're in a plane. But that... yeah, we're looking possibly South Cave underneath us, or North Cave coming up. There we go, look, there's Drax. So we need, it doesn't really matter which side of Drax, but we need to be on the south side of it. We can go past it on any side. Doesn't really matter if we're on the north or on the south, but then we need to correct it and come on the south side a little bit. So we'll do a little bit of a turn. I am on, as I say, I am on the autopilot, so I can look out the window without going up and down like a psycho, but nice day. Another yawn. Yeah, nice little flight out, you know what I mean? Which is a sort of weird thing that I like to do, as I always keep saying. Don't traditionally like just to do the IFR. Might do some IFR stuff. I do fly IFR. I do. There's the M62. Look. I do fly IFR. It's not something that I don't. We don't want to fly over the top of the cooling tower, so we've got a little bit. I just don't do it much. I do it when I require to fly. I fly for a VA called Shamrock Virtual. Google it. A really good bunch of guys. Simulating the Shamrock sort of stuff out of Ireland, things like that. A really good bunch of guys. Always group flights and things like that going on. I'm a member of IVAO, as you know, so I always fly on IVAO. We'll possibly might stream some controlling at some point. I just need to just get my settings set up, privacy stuff and things like that, and work out how I'm going to do it on stream. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got M62 below us, so we are. So that's going to be Drax. The next one we can see is going to be Eggborough. Ooh, did you feel that wind? Did you feel that? So right, so this river here, we need to go straight on, because if we go too far south, we're going to be encroaching on Sheffield Doncaster Airport's airspace. So once you get to the bendy bit in the river here, look, you need to basically go due west at that point to avoid the airspace. We need to basically, we're going to fly in between these two power stations. So once we get past Drax on the south side, we're going to then go for Eggborough on the north side, if that makes sense. I'm flying, I could have flown on the north side, but then we wouldn't be able to see the river that good, so it's all good, and what a lovely colour. It is not that colour in real life. It really isn't. Yeah, it's not that colour in real life. Yeah, but... So that ghoul below us, the city slash town, I think it's a town, I don't think it's a city. I think it's classed as a town. The town of Ghoul. Which I've never taken much notice of from above, to be fair. Quite nice. The M62 below is a massive bridge over the river there. You see a little bit more. There's a bit more to see this side. Say Ghoul and the docks. It's like docks at Ghoul. You can see the docks and stuff. And M62. And then we're looking at Snaith over here. We need to be turning in a second. Like I say, we'll get past Drax. And then we'll turn in, and then Emlet is going to be somewhere in the middle of the screen, I reckon. Middle of the screen. Do a little shallow turn. Just need a little shallow turn. We won't do any circuits. We'll just join on downwind, and we'll just land, and then we'll end the speed because I'm running a little bit out of time. Got about 10 minutes left of the available time that I allotted. This. Ooh, look at that wind. But yeah, I've flown over here before, I think, in a stream, so I won't carry on pointing out the obvious, but Eggborough and Sherburn and airfield, that's Burn airfield, I think it's called, or Burns. Got Selby off the wingtip, and not only in everything else. Ooh, it's windy, look at that, that's not me touching anything, that is just the real winds, look at the plane. don't know if you've ever been past. I don't know if you've ever drove past a cooling tower. Drax is the best one because you can drive right past them, and you're literally maybe a few 100 feet away, and they are absolutely massive. They honestly are absolutely. First, we need to start getting our bearings and working out where the airfield is. Now, the airfield should be next to an industrial estate. There. That's where the airfield is. That's the big industrial estate, so it's just there, look. So, right, let's for the arm, let's bring the throttles back. Let's lose some of this speed. Let's do a slight wind. That is quite scary wind. Let's bring the nose down a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of its altitude. We're gonna go big motorway, the A1M. We're gonna go until we basically see that underneath us. Then we'll make the turn. And rail track. So we're looking for a rail track on this side, but it's gonna be like a bit hard to see. So it'll be a junction. Then we're gonna turn. Keep an eye out for a rail track. There's a rail line there, you see the rail track on the road. That's roughly where we need to be. That wind is vicious. Check the QNH is set. Okay, so we're gonna aim for being north of a town called Easton. We need to bring the speed down a little bit more here. So this dark green field above the weather radar, we're gonna make our turn to turn in just here. That's the stately hall, and we've messed this up. We're too far. Oh, we should be okay actually. Turning very sharp though, which I don't like, but we're doing it now. Alright, so that's South Milford. We're going to go in between South Milford and Easton. Okay, we're at 1,000 feet. Just go a little bit low, and we can climb, and that'll help us lose a little bit of the speed that we need to lose. So that's good. Go flaps one. Get a visual on the airfield. There it is over there, look. Yeah, it's more or less, so the train lines can guide you in. You're looking for a road. There's the road underneath the engine. Just need to stop descending. Looking out the window. That's the one thing that I do think something like track IR might help, because you can just get your head in the right place. You can still see the instruments, and you can still see what you need to see, can't you? Right, gear down. I'm gonna get a bit of a drop, a bit of an increase in drag, so I'm gonna a little bit of throttling. Don't want to go as far as this town up in front, where the propeller blades are. We don't want to go as far. We want to turn before we get to that. So we need to turn out here. Just making sure we're not going to bother to climb back up. It's not real. As I say, I'm not the. I try and do things in a realistic-ish fashion, but I'm not realistic completely. Not delusional. And if we have a look, we should be able to see the runway. There it is. Now we can sort of just level off. You're supposed to use the horizon and stuff anyway. We're a little bit wide. And I normally am. I always am, to be fair, but we can bring it back. Get a little bit of trim so we can let go, just ease his hand on the stick. Okay, flaps full. That wind is ferocious. I'm trying to correct, and the wind's just holding me. That wind is nuts. Ooh, okay, my hand just caught the, my hand just caught the gear lever then. This is going to be an ugly approach due to that wind. Okay, we're looking alright now, actually. Now, let me get my view recentered. A little bit high, but we're sort of nose diving towards the ground, which I don't like to do, but anyway, we can just... Yeah, not bad, not bad. I don't ever claim to be the world's best pilot at landing, and when I get on the runway, I can get it down. Maybe a little bit hard that. I'll have to get one of them landing rate monitor things. I didn't enable that weird overlay thing, did I? Forgot I had that thing today, to be fair. But no, my flaps up, and then we'll get off the runway. Yeah, that's going to be about it, really. I've got about 4 minutes left. Oop, I'm on the grass, we're not looking where I'm going. I'm trying to read the timer on the OBS. Right, I enjoyed that. I hope, if anybody's watching, you enjoyed it. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed that flight. It was nice to go visit some of the places that I used to go when I was a kid, and that I go nowadays still. We still do a couple of beach days a year at Filey. Very nice. No, I enjoyed that. If you have been watching, thank you very much for watching. And I'll probably be streaming next, will probably be Wednesday. I'll probably do, my plan is to stream Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. Because they're the days that my other half's at work and I'm at home. But it will be in the daytime. It'll be like today, late morning, early afternoons, something around them. And not set in stone. Hopefully, that's my plan going forward, is to stream flying anyway. At least once a week, and maybe more. But I don't want to have a schedule. I don't want to be saying I'm going to be streaming on a Wednesday at 11:30, but I might not want to. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to get 1 million subscribers or anything. So I'm quite happy just flying around, looking at things, talking to myself. If people want to watch and get involved and joining in the chat and stuff, or you could say, can you fly to here and look at this? Can you fly to there and look at that? Can you fly here and go over my house? And you know, I mean, just well, whatever. Get involved, join. Let's make it even more fun. If you want to come and fly with me, anybody's welcome to fly with me. Whenever I'm streaming, I'm always on the IVAO XU Discord. Well, I say always, 98% of the time I'll be on the Discord. And yeah, I'm always on, so if you want to come and do a flight with me, if you see me getting ready to do a stream and you want to come and do a flight with me, I could give you a tip on where to take off from or where to rendezvous with me, that's no problem. May eventually start posting, but I can't really say I'll post a flight plan for you all, because I don't really know. I tend to decide where I'm going as the sim is loading up. So I always start off from where I landed. So the next flight, the next on-stream flight will be out of Sherburn. To where, I don't know, till I load up the simulator. And I'll go, I fancy going here, or I fancy going there. So you're not going to get like a week's notice of me saying I'm going to fly from X to X on this particular day, because I might not want to. Right, have a wonderful day. enjoy your day, and it's been fun.